Right, welcome back to probably going to be a week on the farm video actually. I am, as you can see, I'm in the sprayer. I'm in the Bateman RB26. We've got a 24 metre boom, 3,000 litre tank, which this is, compared to a lot of farms these days, this is just a baby sprayer. But we like having the smaller size boom because I've got a lot of, as well I've got some quite big fields, but we've also got a lot of little fields with trees and poles in, so yeah, we do like, and also weight as well, because it's a smaller machine, it's lighter, so that's always good for going on the wetter fields. But yeah, I'm up at farm 2, spraying winter barley right now. I've got all the winter crops to spray this week, several hundred acres. We are a bit late in the season for T0, but because of the cold nights and that, we've held off. The crops are a bit behind because of the weather. I'm spraying fungicide to control disease, growth regulator to control the height, stop the crops from growing too tall, and in some fields I'm spraying some herbicide, which is to kill the weeds. Right, we'll go out and have a closer look at this barley. There are patches like this in the field where it was really wet in the winter, but most of it's pretty good. I'm up at farm 2, and the variety of this barley is King's Barn. We'll have a look out here where I haven't sprayed yet. Yeah, the variety is King's Barn, and this is the 6th row barley. For the time of year, it's still quite short actually, because it's been really dry and cold. It's not really growing that quickly. Very dry it is. Pull this one on the ground. You can have a good look at it. It's gonna, if the weather stays like this, it's gonna be pretty short. It's quite nice and thick, isn't it? Considering it was only planted at 100 kilos per hectare, it is a nice thick crop. And one of the reasons why I'm spraying this crop, if you can just find it on the leaf, is for brown rust. Can you see it? I'm no expert on agronomy, but this is what the agronomist actually told me. That those brown or orangey spots there, that's the fungal disease, which is called brown rust. And that's why I'm spraying it with a fungicide. Also spraying it with growth regulator as well to stop it growing too tall, but I don't think there's much chance of that at the moment. Okay, it's Tuesday. Yeah, it's actually afternoon now. And yeah, you've just seen me fill up with chemical. This is the last field I've got to do at farm 2. And then I'm going back to farm 1 to carry on spraying there. Just unfolding the boom. The reason why I only put a little bit of chemical in, which you just saw, is because it was a separate, this field was a separate tank. Go backwards a bit, I'll stick you on here. So yeah, I'm on the wheat. I've done, I think I did 40 hectares of barley, which was the King's Barn. And now I've done 50 hectares of Zayat. That was yesterday afternoon, and this morning I've done 70 hectares of Graham. So, and then I've got to go back to farm 1 and start on the winter crops there. In a minute I'll get out and show you give you a close look at the wheat and why I'm spraying it with fungicide. Get down, Eric. He's desperate to get out and chase the hares and pheasants. There's quite a lot of game birds around actually, pheasants and partridges, a lot more than what there would normally be, which is because, I expect a lot of you guys have noticed out on the farm, it's because the shooting season, they had such a short season, all the birds didn't get shot basically, so there's a lot running around the countryside at the moment. I'll just quickly show you the crop. Like I said before, this variety here, this is Graham. We'll walk out into the land work a bit. And what I'm looking for is yellow rust. So here's a hare. I don't let the dog out here because he'd be off there like a shot. We found, what was it? Brown rust in the barley. And we should have yellow rust in the wheat somewhere. How about that one? No. Alright, so I can't actually find any of the yellow rust in this part of the field. But what you can see, and this is what the agronomist showed me the other day, is that yellow leaf on the bottom there. That's where the plant was suffering with septoria back in the winter. Now it's just on the bottom leaf, so she said it's not a problem because the weather's dry. But if the weather does turn wet, then the disease septoria will move up into the main part of the growing plant, and then we have to spray it for septoria. But there is yellow rust out here, just not in this part of the field. It was over there where we walked with the agronomist the other day. I don't even know what it was supposed to be. A pony with 2 legs maybe. So I've been spraying the wheat back at farm 1 now. I've just finished actually. And I could see through the hedge that the spring wheat was coming up. Only just. It's not up that much on the headland yet. But out here, if you get down low, you can see it. If we had a rain, it would totally transform it. So if we just quickly flick forward to Friday afternoon, a couple of days, you can see how much they're growing. They're growing really quickly in the sunshine. Really looking good. Bit thin on the headland, but I expect there'll be still some seeds to germinate on the headland. It looks alright. Soil's nice and warm now. Right, welcome back. It is Friday morning. I haven't really done much videoing this week. I've just been doing odd jobs. Nothing very interesting, but this morning I've just been to a neighbouring farm and picked up some silage wrap, or haylage wrap. As you can see, I've got 2 pallet loads on the trailer. I think the trailer's just about big enough. Just. I don't think we're overweight. Silo shield is what it is. I don't know why we've got that. Normally we have Silotite. just going to show you these spring oats. They're looking good. Should we let Eric out? Eric hasn't had a run for a while. Stick you on there, look. Oh. Come on. So these seed beds didn't get rolled when we drilled them. Come on, Eric. So Simon actually came out here yesterday with the rollers and rolled them, and they look really good now. Here he is, look. 100-mile-an-hour Eric. As you can see, that they look pretty good. Some of them are quite bruised, but oh, he's heading for the bushes. Steady, steady. Here he comes, look. He's been good for a change. Good boy. Come on. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Yeah, the leaves are quite bruised, but they will recover. You just wouldn't want to go... Where you going? Wouldn't want to go putting any liquid fertiliser on just yet, because it will really burn the leaves because they're bruised. But yeah, looks good. We've got, if you dig down with my boot, there is actually still moisture down there. So if the plant gets its roots down into the moisture, they'll grow just fine. I just noticed that this silage wrap, it's got New Holland written on the box, so it'll probably break down before we even get it out of the box. Sorry, but that one was for Justin. He's always taken the mickey out of John Deere's, so I thought I'd put one in there for New Holland. So I've just dropped one pallet load at farm 3, and then I'm taking the other one back home to farm 1, because we got haylage fields at both fields. Haylage fields at both farms. And yeah, I can't see us doing any haylage anytime soon. Normally we're sort of middle of May, something like that, but I reckon it's going to be end of May, beginning of June. It's quite nice seeing all the oats all stripy actually. They do look good. What? I'm on a bumpy track right now. So like I said before, since I finished spraying on Wednesday, I've just been doing odd jobs. I washed the drill yesterday and made sure that was all ready to go in the autumn, and yeah, just doing jobs like this. I need to let some air out of the back tyres on this tractor. They're pumped up to about 18, somewhere between 18 and 20 pounds, so because I was picking up that big heavy drill, but now I can let them down a bit and then it'll be a smoother ride. If you remember George, who helps us out in the harvest, he's working on a farm down in Dorset at the moment, and they've actually started haylage or silage this week. If you go and look them up on the farm that he's working on, go and look them up on Instagram, Houghton Farming, H-O-U-G-H-T-O-N Farming, and follow them. I guess that because it's warmer down there and more rain, they've obviously just got a lot more grass than us.